Good. How about you?
First day out there, how'd it feel?
It felt great to be back out on the football field. I mean, couldn't ask for nothing else.
After the draft process is so much like non-football, like interviews, combine workout. How did it feel to actually be doing like football?
For me, it really felt great because I'm not too big on media, not too big on being in front of the camera. But now I get to go actually do what I love to do and put my hands on somebody, hit somebody, play football.
Speaking of which, you had mentioned about you're not too big on all the attention, all that stuff, but and at Georgia, there was 12, 13, 14 other guys that could take that attention away. But now that you're the number one overall pick, I mean, have you thought about how you're going to be able to, handling all that, the scrutiny that comes with being the number one pick? Not that you're going to be asked to be talk every day, but you will get more attention here than you did at Georgia.
Yeah, definitely have to say, just me being the person I am, like I just like to build my feet up, control what I control, do what I can do best to help contribute to the team. And I'm really not all looking into myself to what, like I know what I can do to help my teammates, but I'm really not trying to please anybody else other than my team and my coaches.
Do you have any anxiety about that, about the attention and all that stuff, or do you just kind of?
No, sir. Just go out there and handle my business.
Can you talk just about like your objective? Look like when they told you something, you did it. You didn't have to be told a couple of times. Is that just that's what you want to get out of this? Is pick up and learn and don't have to be retold or something? Is that what the objective is?
Yes, sir. For me, I've always been coached to just like be a coachable player. Like if you're not coachable, then you're really not trying to help yourself improve and you're not trying to help your team improve. So with me, like I said, I'm big on team. Then I'll correct myself with whatever the coaches need.
Travon, you primarily worked out with Coach Shuey today. Obviously, a lot of questions of what position are you going to be playing. Was that just today? Kind of what have they kind of told you as far as where you'll be working and with which coaches?
So far, I'm at outside linebacker with Coach Shuey, but who knows what the future holds. The more comfortable I get with the defense, you never know.
What was it like for you, either when you looked at the check or looked at your direct deposit, and I mean, what was that moment like? Because you must have done it once.
It's truly amazing, but right now it's not too much I can do with the money at this time just from being in camp, locked in on ball. So I'm really not focusing on money. Like I'm just here to play ball, and all of that's just going to come with it.
So the tax-deductible signing bonus is not something that you even pause for 1 second to say, wow.
I definitely do say wow, don't get me wrong, but I mean, hey, I'm here to play football.
What is it like to be in that outside linebacker position for you, just even knowing that and just kind of having the role in your mind, right? You can kind of create what an outside linebacker does rather than 3 different types of things. Did you do that today at all, kind of visualize that?
I mean, I always kind of dibbled and dabbled in the outside linebacker world, but just strictly working on outside linebacker things in practice, I feel like I'm truly get more comfortable with the position, learn a lot more techniques coming from that position and not have to learn so many different other positions.
Do you know you have a lot of techniques to learn, or have these guys opened your eyes up already to, hey, you've been really good at the collegiate level, but you can learn this much more?
Yeah, they definitely, it's always room for improvement. Coming from Georgia, it was a lot of techniques that we went over, but also coming here, like at Georgia, we ran a lot of techniques, but once I got here, break down a lot of those techniques that I learned at Georgia and just put them into a family and focus on that one thing.
How did it feel to drop back in coverage? Feel like you wanted to tackle or
It felt good to drop back in coverage. I did it at Georgia, so I'm used to it. But now I'm working on it a lot more, getting 7-on-7, so I get a lot more comfortable with dropping instead of just dropping every now and then.
What have since we last spoke to you right after the first day of the draft, what have the last few weeks been like for you? Is it focused on finding a house? Has it been working out with other guys here? What have you been up to?
Me, I just been grinding. Like once after all that was over, I just went back to college, Georgia, rehab. They had all my nutrition stuff, so I just went back there and continued putting the work in.
Were there some of the other guys that had just been drafted that were there? And what was kind of that experience, if so?
It was definitely a great experience, getting to seeing a lot of the guys at least one more time. I had Jordan Davis out there working out with me, Devontae Wyatt. So, just that brotherhood that we had at the University of Georgia, we all bond, we all communicate with each other like, hey, let's go work out, get this work today. And just having those guys there to push you. Like, I really didn't have to work out just because, I wasn't doing nothing at the time. But just having those guys around made it a lot easier to go out there in the heat and have some fun, work on ball.
What was it like being on campus, walking around campus? I'm sure people said a lot of stuff to you or came up to you and said stuff, or no?
For me, I really wasn't out on campus, but I did go back ride through, like, because I do miss it. I can't say I do miss just the college experience, but I wasn't out just walking a lot, so I was just mainly riding through, go get me something to eat back to my apartment.
Have you had a chance yet to do any chatting with Cam Robinson at all yet?
So far, I haven't. That's something that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Okay, from a trash talking standpoint, or just, you know, offense versus defense?
I'm not too big on trash talk unless I just feel really comfortable with you as a person. Like, if I trash talk you, then it's some type of love that I have for you.
Gotcha.
So that's the type of person I am.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
You'll get that soon.